And we are live. Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Welcome to Hawkwind's Radio Picture Show, brought to you by Q4 Radio here in Chicago, Illinois, United States, North America, planet Earth, Milky Way galaxy, and far and far beyond. As always, my name is Jack Dwyer.
And I'm Jay Smooth.
We're so excited to have you guys on board tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun, as we do every week. If you guys are new to the show, welcome. We are a show by Chicagoans, for Chicago arts and entertainment and music and comedy and a little bit of everything in between. If you like the show tonight, please hit the subscribe button down below. Share it with your friends. It doesn't cost you anything to share, and it means the world to us. And while you're at it, tuning in, please leave us a comment. Leave a comment down below if you got a question for me or Jay, or if you got a question for the band tonight. Please holler at us. Let us know. Let us know where you're coming from, too. Unless, of course, you're from Green Bay, Wisconsin, then never mind. Enough cheese jokes for the day. Jay Smooth, how have you been, baby? What's new with you, pal?
I've been pretty good, bro. You know, just chilling, killing. Trying to put this show together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We got a pretty good show coming up on the horizon here, too. Do you want to tell the folks about it?
Hawkwind's is 1 year anniversary show at Reggie's, April 18th.
April 18th.
We got a couple of days before we actually announce it, but stay tuned to see all the cool stuff we have coming up.
It's in the works. We're stirring it up.
Mm-hmm.
That's good, brother. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun. Check out Reggie's Rock House, and be sure to stay tuned because we're going to have a lot of fun stuff out on the horizon here.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, brother, I'm excited. It's going to be a really good time. Well, what do you say we send it on over to the band tonight, huh?
Let's do it, bro.
All right, baby.
What do we have with us today?
So today's band is EndPath. They were raised on 80s freestyle and 90s house. They each found their way into the heavy music, and they decided it was finally time to merge the different cultures that define them. They weave their ADHD, empathy, and aggression into each of their songs. Their live shows serve as the embodiment of that fusion, the fusion of styles, cultures, and next evolution of underground music and events. Despite facing level appearances, they do not care about status, materialism, or politics. They just want to feel the fucking music. I love that. Everybody, please welcome to the show, EndPath.
Thank you.
What's up, guys?
Yo, appreciate you.
Thanks for joining us tonight, you guys. We appreciate it.
Hell yeah. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Sure.
No, we've really been enjoying listening to your music. It is such a cool genre of music. It's I was telling Jay before we started the show that it's straight up Chicago, man. You know, you got like rap culture, you got house culture, you got rock and roll, some blues, you got a little bit of everything. How would y'all describe your genre of music?
I stopped describing it in 2019.
we came up with this just term house rock.
Yeah,
House rock.
At times it feels too light for us, and then sometimes we got music that's really poppy, so it doesn't even feel like it's rock. But I think we've kind of settled on house rock for the most part.
I mean, honestly, the way I see it personally, I just there's obviously elements of house. Yeah, there's obviously a band. Everything else you want to deduct, whatever subgenre you want to place it in, go ahead, dude. I don't give a fuck at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's just listen to the songs, dude. There's so much nuance to try to put us in a bucket, and then you find out. You know, it's just figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And I think people will, and the fans know what the fuck's going on. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I wouldn't. It's kind of hard to put it in just one box.
Absolutely. No, it really is. And it's such a cool thing. And again, it's such a beautiful merge of so many different genres together. What do you say we get to know you guys to see who makes up the band? Let's go down the line. If you guys can introduce yourselves, say your name, your position in the band. And I think our favorite fun question of the day, what's your favorite Mountain Dew color flavor?
Color and flavor, it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Green drink, purple drink.
You feel me? Right. I'm Sin. I'm the singer. And my favorite Mountain Dew is Baja Blast. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm Chris. I play drums. And usually that blue Abba Dee Dabba Die. That blue Voltage Mountain Dew.
Hell yeah.
My name is Frankie. And I play bass and do backup vocals. And I'm probably just going to go with the OG Mountain Dew. that shit was fire when I was a kid.
Respect.
Word up. DJ 214 here. Self-explanatory. I am the DJ. And, you know, we're going to go Code Red.
I'm Ulises. Call me Yuli. I play guitar. I was going to say Code Red, but I mean, I guess Team Code Red over here. Yeah.
Doesn't that lower your sperm count? Isn't that what they said back in the day?
And it gives you diabetes too.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's a lot of things that happen in the world, but fuck it.
Yeah, there's worse poisons. So long for red 40.
Oh
Hell
So
yeah,
what happens
that's
to Code
what's
Red
up.
then?
That's why I love it.
Yeah.
Damn.
So maybe
All in my system.
let's get to the origins of you guys. How did you start? When did you start? And what was kind of your goal for starting the band?
Okay. Well, I guess I know you guys can probably add in more details that I probably forgot. I have like the worst memory ever. But long-term memory is a little decent. So I was, well, man. So I mean, I guess we gotta start from us being in a band before this. Most of us were in a band previously called Contra. It was a metalcore band that I started a while back, and after that ended, I just did a solo career of like I was just rapping, and I really wanted to bring like super high energy shit to like kind of like metal energy to rapping, and I did that for about a year and a half, and then I was like, man, and I'm like my DJ was Mickey, like TG for 214, so we did that for about a year and a half, and then I was like, I really feel like I need a band behind me. I want to get back to that, but I want to bring this energy with a band. I want to see what that looks like, and 214 was like, yeah, let's fucking do it. So I assembled the best people I know to do it, and it was like, yeah, 2019 was when we first got together for the first time, and yeah, I kind of like started with the whole premise of everything I did in the last band and everything that I've been kind of trained to do, like unconsciously or subconsciously as a musician, to like write music for the amount of people that are in my band to fit, like to check a box. I always say, it's like, oh, I have a synth player, let me write a synth part. Okay, there's a singer and a screamer, let me sing here and let me scream here, and then we go back to singing here. You know, I threw all that shit out with EndPath, and I was just like, let me just write a good song that I haven't heard before. Let me make something that should not work with this, you know? And that was kind of the basis of it, and I brought it to them, and I was, honestly, they don't probably remember, I was nervous as fuck to show them the first couple songs, because I was like, this shit's, okay guys, this is really weird, so like I'm mixing this, but then they're just like, bro, just play it, bro, like just play it.
I remember you showing me when you emailed it to me or something, and I was just like, what the fuck is this? And I was just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do for this, but I just want to be involved. And I remember you asking about the band on Facebook and saying, I need a band, and then I commented somewhere like, or you were looking for a bass player or whatever you were looking for. And I was just like, damn, bro, you're just not gonna hit me up? And you were like, nah, because you ain't got no fucking choice.
Like you're already
Like
in the
you're
band.
already in the band, so we're just finding other members.
We all were kind of like thrown in a black van and skirted off. And we were at his lair.
Yeah, Yuli too. Yeah,
It's the same thing. Like
Yuli was done.
after that last band, I decided I was gonna pursue music like that, just do it for fun. And then they hit me up, and they're like, "Oh, just jam with us." I'm like, "I'm not trying to do anything serious." They're like, "No, just jam with us." And then here I am, fucking 4 or 5 years later, and shit. It's just like that. But yeah, I heard the song, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "Yeah, you got to put guitar over it." I'm like, I was just so used to playing metal, and so that's like, when he brought this, it was something completely different for me. But I was excited to do it because it was gonna force me to try something different that I've never really been like open to do before. So it was cool.
Yeah, it was definitely different as a DJ because, you know, I'm used to bending a lot of genres, and this was definitely a challenge. I was like, oh, all right, let me find the rhythm, let me find the cadence. But it was dope. It was dope.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I just wanted to kind of just keep that as our North Star. Like something I tried to remember and kind of go back to every time was like, what is something that's like not been done that probably won't work that we can do in the like heart of fusion, you know, fusing things together. And that's kind of just been our North Star moving forward and kind of kept us creating. But the song that I showed them was Your House, which is out now. So you can kind of get an idea of like what they were like, what the fuck is this? You know. But yeah, and then we got a couple songs too that are still coming out this year that I also showed them that same time in 2019. So these songs have been a long time in the making. Yeah. That's something I'm kind of just realizing right now. But yeah, that was the shit.
Yeah. And then also in the beginning, Brent was also doing drums and vocals. So if you see like the first couple of music videos, it's actually him on drums and doing vocals until we later got in Chris. Yeah. He came in and completed the whole duo or the whole click. Duo, whatever.
Hell yeah.
So, all right,
yeah.
guys, let's go.
It just
get the fuck out.
That's interesting that you guys have been stewing on it for a while. You know, fusion sometimes takes a little bit of time to mingle and marinate for a little bit. You know, I was wondering what sort of hurdles did you cross over while having all that kind of fusion? You know, you mentioned earlier of being in a metal band or being a DJ. You know, were there certain inspirations that you had that kind of helped mend all of these flavors together?
Yeah, I would say it's a lot of things I'd have to unpack first to even really get there. I would say first that I had to learn something. I had to like kind of get over something about myself that I think a lot of musicians still have to get over. So I'm trying to be, you know, empathetic in it, but I feel like I get angry or kind of get like riled up because I'm like talking to myself, like an old version of myself. So with that context, I'll say this, that like I had to learn there's no such thing as writer's block. And there's good writer's block, which is basically what I say. It's a shorthand, like you're afraid to write something fucking bad, dude. You're not like blocked up. You just think what has to come out the first time has to be fucking perfect.
Yeah,
and
you tell me this shit all the time.
And I feel bad because I know you're actively going through it, so I'm like trying to be like empathetic, but like I had to go through it myself.
No, you gotta hear it.
You got to, and it's like
especially from your peers, yeah.
Yeah, dude, because a lot of people are nice, bro. A lot of people are nice. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, it sounds good, or it sounds like this, or it's like, bro, just like make it, and don't give a fuck what they think. You know what you like. You just are gonna get closer to writing better stuff the more you do it. There was this weird thing in my head that I had to address, which was, I thought if I keep writing songs too frequently, I'm gonna consistently write bad songs, and I'm gonna get into a flow of bad music, and that's just not true. But it's like until you go through that, until you just go forward without like an expectation, you don't know. And yeah, and I had to do that. I had to like, I wrote so many bad fucking songs before these, dude. Like, you don't understand the amount of songs that I threw out. So
hey, the cream of the crop rises to the top. You know?
I bet you some of those are fire too.
Exactly.
That's some of those are fire.
I just have a really high standard for what I, and everything's subjective. All this shit is subjective. There's no such thing as good. There's no such thing as bad. There's just what will people show up to see live and what won't people show up to see live. That's really the only way I see it. Especially after working at like Bottom Lounge and like working at venues and seeing how like it doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with your taste. There's just like, will people actually connect with it? But to answer your question, to get back on topic and answer your question, I went back to like when I was like throwing out this whole idea of like I have to write, you know, something for guitar and I have to write a breakdown, then I have to write this, I have to write that. When I threw all that out, I was like, okay, well then now what? Like, cool, sound like some yogi shit, but like, okay, now what? Throw it all away and just like start from scratch. So what I was like, what do I know that I have the most context of? And I thought back and it was like house music. Cause shout out Roger motherfucking McGee, one of my brother's friends who like put it on my PSP back in the day, like a 2-hour house mix. And I just listened to that bitch like on repeat. So I had this like deep like context of how to write house music and I didn't even know I had it. You know what I'm saying? But like it wasn't until I sat with myself and like it's fucked up. A lot of people got hurt and a lot of bad things happened, but like I do cherish the amount of clarity I got out of 2020, being able to sit down and just like stop and think like, okay, what do I know about myself? What do I know about music? What context can I pull from that no one else can? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I can make a metalcore song from the context I have of listening to music for the last 10 years, but what have I listened to longer than that? And I was like, technically I've been listening to house longer than rock. You know, they're not like probably around the same time, you know? Because I got introduced to like rock from my older brothers like around the same time that their friends introduced me to house. So it's like I have a long context of it. So I was like, let me pull that into it because I don't think anyone else can really do that, you know, at least to the depth that I can, that I've met at least, you know. And for the longest, I was like, there's got to be someone else doing this shit right now. Like, there's got to be at least one other person mixing this. It didn't feel like it was possible. I was like the only person out there. And I still don't think I am. So please, hey, if you exist and you mix house music with like anything else other than like anything with a band, let me know. Cause like this shit we're trying to move shit, you know? So yeah, that's kind of to answer your question. Like I fell back on the thing I had the most context of, which was house music. And when I reconnected with these guys, I realized they had a deep context of like, 80s freestyle, like growing up listening to their mom blasting that shit, Like, and there's just stuff that we never thought to mix because so many people want to stay in a box because they're afraid of people saying this shit is ass. And it's like, I feel like I kind of look for that now. I kind of like, all right, if everybody likes it, or if everybody my close people are just like, oh yeah, it's good, and they're not like, well, what the fuck, and they don't actually leave a remark, then it's not remarkable. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. That's kind of just how I've been thinking about it.
And the fusion works, it's really interesting, and I think we've discovered this a lot in the bands that we've interviewed who started 2019 or right before the pandemic, that all of these cool fusions of artists are emerging from that time of trauma, and it's really noble of you guys to do it, and obviously it works. You go on Spotify, you see all your viewers, it's obviously working. You're definitely resonating with a lot of people. I was hoping maybe you guys can talk about your debut show. How did people receive it? What was it like doing your debut show?
You want to talk about that too?
The debut show had a couple different venues lined up, and we lost them one after the other. I think less than a week before, if even, we lost a venue that we were going to have in Pilsen. Really cool venue. I don't remember the fucking
We
name
had
of
that
it.
shit booked for months, and then like literally the week before the show date, fucking just complete silence from dude. And then came and told me, he's like, oh, I forgot we're remodeling this weekend, so we can't do it. I'm like, you guys just figured out you guys were remodeling, even though I booked this like 3 months in advance.
Yeah, so we have to figure out what we were gonna do. We tried a couple other venues, really couldn't get anything, and then decided to go back to our original idea of throwing it outside, getting a couple generators, and we had a couple places that we have talked about before, and we ended up throwing it at Pingtown Park, under the the overpass or whatever, under the bridge. And it was a long ass day, and we spent a hell of a lot of money.
Not just one money, two money. Damn near three.
But we made it happen, and we even dealt with like people on the bill dropping out like days before and shit, and we ended up getting somebody back, getting the entire thing lined up, and it was an incredible show.
Yeah. One of the things though that I'll never forget is our generator died like right before the show was about to start. So we ran and bought a second one. And random bitches hand them.
We had no idea what we were doing.
But we figured it out. Like we didn't wait to like find the key to a door. We ran through the wall. You know what I'm saying? Like we just tried to just keep moving, keep the show running. And it worked.
It was cold as hell.
It's cold as hell, but still a bunch of people showed up.
The cops showed up and they just watched us for a second.
The cops showed up, and then our homie like walked over and talked to them, and like luckily there was somebody on the other side of the pillars. There was like an aerobics class, and they had a permit. Because we didn't have a permit. Like we just pulled up with our
bunch of
PA,
speakers,
like,
lights,
and lights and
everything.
shit. Like
we had
act confident, like
we got a sound guy with a mix board. Like we brought out everything and shit. It was a whole ass setup.
Could have got completely shut down at any point. And it's like that's just kind of the heart of what we do. It's just like this is probably not gonna work, but what if it does? You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. And it did. So it's like
because that whole day was stressful, but like you said, man, we drove right through it, and then once we finally got to play, like I think we all just kind of let go and just did our thing, and it was fucking amazing. It was beautiful, man, and it was awesome because we had a bunch of people just randomly walking through the park who would just come and stop by and check us out. As they come talking to us after the show, they're like, we were literally just walking through and we heard you guys, and we came over to see what the fuck was going on.
And didn't we shoot a video that morning?
I mean, I was gonna get to it.
We shot a video that same fucking morning. Was it the morning or the morning before?
No, the day before.
Okay, so I think it was either the day before or after. We shot the video at that same location for Stressed. And then the show, our very, very first show that we're talking about is in the music video Your House on YouTube. So if you look into that, it cuts into us playing that show.
Cool. Yeah.
So yeah, and our videographer Matt, shout out Matthew, bro.
Yeah,
like, he was there for all of this, dude.
yeah.
Like, he's in the fucking
He's a
band,
beast,
pretty much.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's been
Straight
there
up.
like since the beginning. This shit is sick. Yeah, but yeah, I want to do more shit like that
Fuck yeah.
with permits.
Legally. Legally.
You know, I was hoping maybe you guys can talk a little bit about the importance of doing a DIY show or doing a pop-up show like that, because I think that's one of my personal favorite parts about Chicago. You grow up here and you're exposed to all this beautiful culture, and just being able, like you said, walking down the street and you just happen to stumble upon this awesome band. They might turn out to be your next favorite band. I was hoping you guys can maybe talk about the importance of it. What other avenues have you guys gone in the form of DIY shows?
Man, how much time do you have?
We got a while. We got a while.
Shit, I mean, you want to pop off first? Because like I could talk forever about this.
So we recently played a spot called My Place Ohio that we talked about. That's one of the venues that we wanted to shout out. And doing these shows is always like a pain in the ass, right? Like you got to set up a lot of things. You got to coordinate a lot of people. And at the end of the day, even though it's like the most stressful day ever, it's almost like you almost don't get to enjoy it. But when you look back on it, you realize this is the day that you're going to fucking remember for the rest of your life. Not any of these venue shows.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say any of these venue shows, but like, you know,
comparison.
yeah, in a comparison, yeah. When you show to a venue and you get on stage and you load your shit, you know, and we love that. We respect those guys. But when you do everything yourself and you set everything up yourself, you spend the entire day in the last 3, 4, 5 months running or figuring it out. At the end of the day, you feel like the shit. You feel like you really did something.
You know? Yeah.
You made an impact. And I think that's what our biggest thing that we all came from and that we miss nowadays, because there is underground scenes, but we're trying to build our own, because a lot of those underground scenes are very tight-knit, and we're not sure if we necessarily fit in any of them just yet. So we decided, and we kind of, it wasn't even like we were looking to fit in someone else's scene. We just kind of knew that we wanted to make our own. There was something special about making our own and not fitting in the other scenes. So I think that's for us, like, at least I can say, like, that's what the big DIY appeal is for us.
Yeah.
To just pave our own fucking way and stop waiting for people to tell us we have worth, because we strive to remember that we have fucking inherent worth. So
Yeah, and I think that's another thing that's kind of core to us is like not asking for permission and just like making the thing and just like putting it out to the earth, and just like whatever you guys think of it is what you think of it, but we're gonna keep creating and keep doing. That's kind of been another thing that's core to us. I think, yeah, like Frankie was saying, like I am so deeply like invested into creating this because I come from this, and the moments that I had that made me want to continue doing this at 30 years old, bro, to being real, is the times I was at these like house shows. It wasn't really when I went to the venues. I mean, I'm sure when like Warped Tour and shit like that helped, but like the house shows and like the Cicero house shows and like the OG shit back in the day and Jurassic Park and shit, like that's what made me want to keep doing this. I was like, oh shit, there's a whole economy that's happening that I didn't know about, that if I didn't meet this one dude in high school, I wouldn't even known this whole thing exists. And I just love that energy, and I want to keep that alive. And I feel like there's just so many changes that have happened in the last 20 years, and music has become such a commodity to the point where like even the creation of it has been commoditized, and it's like, man, it's just very interesting time that we're in, and I'd be honest, it's disheartening. I have like a really dual view of it, because like with specifically artificial intelligence, I love it for business and I hate it for music. So it's like I have very contrasting viewpoints depending on like who I'm talking to, you know. But I don't know. I just will say that like underground scenes, I think, are always going to be important because you always need that human interaction for music to really impact people, you know? I feel like music can impact people in their room when they're listening to it, but there's another level of like fandom to have other people around you like screaming the words together. There's just another level of it, you know? And I feel like that just can't be lost on another generation, you know? There's so few bands because there's so few bands for people to even see and want to be in a band. So it's like an exponentially like shrinking number. So it's like people aren't really making bands, people aren't really throwing shows, people aren't really popping out, and it's like it's gonna keep going down unless people actively put energy into it. And I don't think it's going away, but I think it is like by and large getting fewer and fewer and fewer, and there's something we can do about it. But I think the big part of why it's happening is this whole fucking Live Nation thing going on, which we can get into, but I feel like if you want to combat that, just to be super succinct and get to the point, the places they don't have control over is DIY venues. It's a place that does that's like a mom and pop shop that'll let you throw some shit. Like we gotta go back to VFWs, bro. Like we gotta run the shit all the way the fuck back. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can't talk about like as soon as you say mom and pop, that made me think of my place, Ohio, because that's like if you think about like your mom and pop store on the corner that you go to all the time. That's kind of what my place, Ohio, is like. That's just run by two real ass people that love music, and they don't give a fuck. They just want to make music come alive. And I was just talking to Ryan through messages the other day, and that guy is just such a real human being, like a real lover of music. And people like him are not affected by all that Live Nation bullshit, by all the politics. I mean, we have shirts that say "fuck politics" because we are, even though we appreciate coming up through some venues, and there are some great venues, there is a lot of bullshit in the music scene, and you at least in my opinion, you stand to find a lot less when you're at the DIY level. I mean, there's still some bullshit, there's egos and everything, but at least you don't have that money hungry motherfucker standing over the entire fucking venue, like making shit act or go according to what they need, their bottom dollar, their bottom line. And it's a family, it's community, it's fucking hot and disgusting in there, and it's fucking the best thing in the world.
Yeah, I truly love like that intimacy in a house show. Like you're all cramped up in like someone's basement, someone's house, you know, it's just a whole different vibe and energy being, you know, versus being at a bar or a venue. And everybody, like I said, man, it's all hot, it's disgusting. Everybody's just cramped up, but everyone's still screaming, whooping each other's asses, and like they're bumping into you while you're playing. And it's just like that intimacy that you can't recreate when you're like up on a stage and, you know, the people are standing down below, or there's a barricade in between you guys or something.
Yeah, the bigger the stage, fuck that.
Yeah, man. So I really love that intimacy that you just get from being at a house show, man. It's beautiful, and you can't recreate that really at like a venue or bar.
Yeah, I feel like it's the difference between playing with your fans and then like playing to your fans, you know? It's like when you're on when you're at eye level, I'm like with them. You feel me?
Yeah, when they're jumping at the same height that you are.
You feel me? Yeah, that's just different.
And it's also like our DIY scene that we talk about is not only about just playing music. I mean, we have if we weren't as broke as we are, we would have threw a million events by this point. But we're trying and we're getting towards creating events that are not just live music. That we want to do art shows. Like a lot of us in this band are artists in different ways, not just music. We want to do listening parties and just like events that are based around like all the different cultures in Chicago, and we want to we want to help put highlights. There's a lot of like really good, I don't know if you would call them groups or companies like Ruidosa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
promo
Miklan and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what they're considered, but they're a family that really, they throw events. They do book clubs. They do art events. They do bands and stuff like that. And I personally love that group of people. it's so cool because I mean, when I was a kid, if I saw something like that, I would be in that shit, like deep in that shit, you know. And where I grew up, we didn't have something that special, so I can't imagine being like a young 20-something-year-old and seeing that scene and seeing how much they support each other and like the culture they have created. It's incredible. So like that's where we want to head, and not necessarily just doing that, but we want to do so many different things. And it's not just DIY music; it's DIY, fucking everything.
Yeah, I think another way to like really frame it is there's a lot of talk on the internet, at least for the last like 10 fucking years, I feel like, about like third spaces. I don't know if you've heard the term.
What's that?
Basically a third space between like home or like apart from home and like work. It's like kind of a necessary thing that like the human brain like needs, is like a third space to like disconnect from, or like really to reconnect with people in their life, and also to disconnect from like these man-made constructs of like go work all day, you know, put stuff in your brain to memorize it, you know, to pass tests and shit. So it's like having a third space where people can actually congregate and do stuff and just be humans and interact is important, and it kind of was lost a couple generations ago. And now we're kind of just left with, because even music venues, you know, like the cost to go to a show these days, like is going to be like, you know, 30, 40, 50 bucks sometimes. It's like, we're thinking about teenagers, like fresh teenagers, like 13, 14, like dropping 40 bucks on just the ticket, and then like not being able to get nothing when you get there, and like even getting to there, like all these other things. They're slowly phasing it out to the point where like there's really nothing else to do. It's like, where are teenagers supposed to go? Malls don't even want them no more. It's like, what the fuck are they supposed to do? Like, they need these spaces where there's something else to fucking do that's not drinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally in Chicago, it's like you're either going out to eat, you're going out to drink, you're like maybe seeing an artist at a place where you can drink, maybe seeing an artist at a place you can eat, like, or you're, I don't know,
Just
going
drinking.
to an escape room or something, bro. Like, like
Escape room.
that's expensive. You feel me? Like, that's like the
Dude,
things
that'd
to
be
do.
hard actually, man. Surprise band and escape room and shit.
You gotta find your
Going
way
to fucking
through
room.
the escape room to
Gotta
get to the
make it
venue.
through the
Like, people gotta care about
What's the
music again and
band?
do all
The
that.
band just keep playing over and over and over the same song.
Yeah, but yeah, dude, I just feel like there's not enough to do that isn't like rooted in, I want to say capitalism, fucking throw out late stage capitalism like everyone on YouTube. But like, I feel like there's not much to do that isn't just like spending fucking money. Yeah, I guess, yeah, capitalism, bro. Like, there's not much to do that isn't just spending fucking money, and kids need that.
I'm totally with you. I've been preaching this for many years now. I think after Rahm Emanuel shut down all those after school programs, like these kids got nowhere to go, and it's just like, you know, we were all kids that age. You know, we're getting into trouble when you're unattended. So, no, it's noble of you guys to do. You're giving the kids an option. You're giving them an outlet, and it's really important. It's really really important. I was hoping maybe you guys can kind of continue on the DIY scene. Do you have a dream place that you'd like to perform at a DIY show, like putting on your own show?
Abuela's backyard, bro. Like somebody's backyard would be sick, dude.
I was like, I want to do what was it? The one we were talking about, the park, Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
I wish we can revive
Ooh.
Jurassic Park. I never got to play there, and I want to play there
there.
so
I
bad.
played there in like high school, dude.
I threw my first show at Jurassic Park.
Hell
Oh, yeah.
dude.
My
Look
next
at that.
my
Oh,
next
yeah.
question to you guys was, I know putting on like DIY shows is like really hard sometimes. What's like one piece of advice, knowing what you guys know now, that you would give somebody that's trying to throw their first show together? Because I'm gonna say one thing: when I threw my first show together, I didn't have a PA system.
Oh, shit.
All the bands were pissed off. They're like, I was like 17, by the way, and I was like, I'm gonna put a show here at Jurassic Park, and all the bands show up, and it's time to like start sound checking, and I'm like, all right, you guys gonna start? And they're like, where's the PA system? I'm like, what PA system? What do you mean? I'm supposed to. So yeah, if I was gonna give somebody advice, it'd be make sure to have a PA system.
Yeah.
Buy your own generator. Save up and buy your own generator.
Oh,
Damn. Damn.
Buy a generator, get
We
some sturdy
live.
chairs.
We live.
Get some sturdy
We
chairs.
live.
All right, slowly. That's how we treat Grandpa. Okay. All right. My ass is tighter than a motherfucking.
I know. This is
I told y'all I was bigger than you.
All that muscle, boy. All that
All
muscle.
that ass muscles.
All that ass, boy. All that
He's gotta
Give
go.
us like 3 to 5 minutes to recover.
This is done. He gotta go.
No jumping on that stool, though.
Call
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
wife. Call my wife.
Nah, baby.
Liability.
Only at Hawkwind.
I need to see a certificate of insurance now. with a 500,000 aggregate.
Oh. Is it hot in here? You okay, though? You good, Grandpa?
Yeah.
You good, Grandpa? Holy shit.
Yeah, it's all downhill from here. Dude.
For real.
We crashed
This
out.
table's gonna
Fuck
clap. It's nice.
Man.
Oh man. All right.
What was the question again?
Where was
said-
it clear now?
Just kidding.
I said,
If you were to give advice for anyone doing their own DIY shows,
get your own generator.
And a
Get your own
chair.
chairs, bro.
Solid chairs.
Actually, get solid chairs first.
None of that foldable bullshit.
That's right.
Made out of mahogany wood.
4 legs.
Oak, 4 legs.
Four legs.
And then get yourself your own generator.
Generator.
Invest in a generator. It is, find out what you need. You know, wattage wise or whatever it is. I'm not an electrician, so I don't know.
I'll give a tactical one. Okay, if you aren't this person, find this person. The person that like can work well under pressure and delegate and disseminate information quickly and make decisions quickly. If you can't be that person, find that person, because you're gonna have to do that. It's like a business, bro. It's like a restaurant, bro. It's like you got 3 fires that like happen right at the same time as like the thing that's normally supposed to happen happening, and you got to manage all of them. Right. You know,
Find somebody on Adderall.
Yeah.
Find somebody on Adderall, because every single one of us got ADD.
And
So-
honestly, it worked to our advantage, bro. Like, cause we were all able to multitask on everything.
Yeah.
But I was able to like really delegate shit, and it's like, all right, me and Yuli, we gotta go get a generator. You stay here and look out for the cop. Stay here, do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't delegate, you gotta find a person that can delegate.
Yeah, like on the fly too, man. 'Cause there was no time to think, breathe, shit, nothing. Like, fuck,
real.
we just had to start moving.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the biggest thing is like being able to create your own network. Like you said, man, if you're not that person, find that person, make them part of your team, have that connection, and build a good bond with them. So in future events, you know, you guys always have your backs, being able to help each other out.
And
You know.
think about cost too. Like,
Yeah,
people don't like
cost.
to do that. Like, you have to make money, bro. It's not even about like, oh yeah, the scene. Oh yeah, dude, like the culture. It's like, yeah, bro. But you're taking off work, so you gotta kind of cover your bills. So, and like, if you want to ever do this again, you know, you don't want to get into a cycle of like, oh man, I don't have any money because I never paid myself. I never even have anything left over. It's like breaking even is scary because let one thing go wrong and then you're in the negative, you know. So you got to plan to like make money, and it's not making money to like get over on people. It's making money so this thing can happen in the future.
So you can sustain.
So you can be sustainable. And that's something that we needed to learn, bro. It's like, just as a band, outside of shows, it's like it's gotta be sustainable. If you can't sustain it, it's like,
Yeah, dig yourself into
tactic,
a hole.
it's not a
yeah,
strategy,
man, you're gonna burn out real
Yeah.
quick.
At what point do you guys think throwing constant DIY shows becomes an actual business? Because I mean, there is like cost and money involved, and you have to, like you said, at some point you have to break even, otherwise you can't do it anymore. Does it ever become a business? At what point does it?
God, I've thought about this for years. Dude. So I think what it is right now, the reason the reason the live industry, I guess we could say, is being manipulated is because these big players are coming in and they're basically using it as a loss leader. Like, they don't give a fuck. They have so much money, they're just using this as a tax write-off to just like, oh yeah, fuck these venues. We don't care if like the prices are overinflated or whatever. So it's like, to compete at that level, or even to like compete with that business model, you have to own the means of production all the way down the line. So as crazy as it seems, like, you're gonna have to own the building. You know, if you're gonna have to do this out of your building that you're already cash flowing, and you're also turning it into a music thing. You see what I'm saying? So we gotta connect with people like that, or become those people. And I've been I've literally taught myself real estate and everything, and like, I'm trying to acquire the means of production. We're trying to do this shit. We're trying to not be the shit, so we don't have to ask permission.
That kind of reminds me of this DIY space called Book Club. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it.
Yeah.
But they recently, I think I don't know if they bought it or whatever, but now they're inside where the underground lounge used to be.
Yep.
And that kind of
Yeah.
reminds me of what you're talking about.
Same
So they
energy.
had their whole like DIY space, but they were like, well, now it's getting to a point where these shows are becoming bigger. We got to move it to a bigger, better venue.
Exactly.
But you know what I mean? So then now that becomes a business. You know what I mean? Because now they got like bills and stuff to pay. So that's where I struggle sometimes to figure out. It's like, all right, I'm doing this for the love of the art, but then I also have to make money.
And that's the thing. I really don't want to skip over that part to really truly answer your question. Music is a point, like we're talking 2025, it's so devalued. Like when I first was like, I want to do music, like people paid like $20 for a CD, my nigga. Like now you have to like, please listen to my shit, and it's still, I make like a fraction of a penny off that. You feel me? Like, so we've come such a long way, and that's kind of a tangent to the real main point of if you own the building itself, you're really going to be making money from a separate thing outside of music. That's kind of the hard truth that I found right now. Until we can change the perception and revalue music and decommoditize it, if that's even a word, until we can do that, we're going to have to make a shared office space during the day and a venue at night type deal. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to do like a commercial space that does other things, but also is a venue. You see what I'm saying?
So like kind of how like the venues make the money off like their drinks and not off the artist sometimes.
Kind of.
You know how like when they have a bar and stuff, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. So like to keep the lights on, I think it would be detrimental at first to rely super heavily on something you're trying to revive.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
that
kind of
makes
where
sense.
I've come.
So what would the ideal location be? Because I've seen Chicago 2 flats go for like bottom floor, all entertainment venue, top floor, live there, or Verbo or rent or Airbnb, rent it out. You were saying you were doing some research on real estate and stuff.
Yeah.
What is the ideal location?
So that's the thing. The ideal location is the place that will let you do it. But I guess if we're talking about actually acquiring the business and not just leasing it out, I would say that really there would be just a straight commercial building would be the best, because there's mixed use, which is like living on top and like commercial on the bottom. But that with zoning and everything and it being so close to residents, it could cause more problems than it would solve. It sometimes would be better to just be out in a like industrial area that's close enough to the city, or even if it's just like close enough to the city to the point where people are still willing to drive. Because I'm thinking outside of just Chicago. I'm thinking about this like big picture. If we're gonna really combat this as like all of us in the music industry, you know what I'm saying, or the music scene, but like for Chicago alone, I feel like even just like the industrial parts of the city that's close to downtown, if we could just take advantage of just one space like that, and just convert it into a venue for whenever we need to do so, like literally just pull up with, they have power, if they have 2 bathrooms, like, and they have open floor space, they have exits, you know what I'm saying, that's basically all we need. And I feel like, just getting a commercial space and making sure that it cash flows from some other means of income outside of the like throwing events, and that would be just the start, and eventually there can be like venues dedicated to it, but I feel like we have to have a massive shift in how people view music.
Sure. That's interesting. Yeah, because it's especially a lot of young artists. They have such great talent, but they don't necessarily have the opportunity or the location to go to. So
Exactly.
it would definitely be something definitely worthwhile checking into. That's a really cool thing. I was also hoping you guys could maybe talk about your music videos a little bit too. I was watching them earlier. I really enjoyed seeing all the Chicago skyline in the background. I was hoping maybe you guys can talk about, how you go about making a music video. Are all of them in Chicago? Is it important for you to show the city in the back, or what's your take on the music videos?
Yeah, so like honestly, a lot of it is kind of just run and gun, like we like to call it, and I think that's a normal term in just videography. We like to just have our videographer Matt come out, and we'll have rough ideas of where we want to shoot and how we want to shoot, but the day of, so many things change, just like at the show, just like in anything you do live in real time, so many things change on the fly that we plan out just the bare bones of it and just figure the rest out. Like even the Stressed music video, we didn't know how long we'd be able to be there, and we were like, oh shit, we don't know if we're gonna get kicked out, let's film right next to the sign that says you're under video surveillance, so it's like everything's kind of just on the fly. But like at the same time, he's like, I got my drone, let me get some footage of this. It wasn't so much so like super planned out. It's more so like, we have an idea,
Crash.
and it's like the drone crash.
Drone crash.
Yeah, the drone crash while we were
Scared
filming.
this
Yeah.
old man.
So many random things. that happened.
It was the old.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah, the drone
He's
like
like, "Who?"
malfunctioned and like went into like crashed into a tree and like fell through the tree and like
is-
landed real close to this old man and he got like super scared.
so scared.
Oh man.
He like took off
He
too.
thought
at
that
the
was
end.
it.
I
Yeah.
didn't know what that was. in the tree.
But we feel like once we started to, we really like the idea of just continuing to keep, showing the city and showing like the real life, like this is just us driving around doing shit, trying to film a video. Just the music's more important than really the like subject matter of the video. We just wanted to make sure we had a videographer that could believe in that and see that and still make it look great. That's why we fucking love Matt Yu for that shit.
Yeah, like I'm a big city nerd, so like any way I can get the skyline in our videos, I'm about it. If there's an angle, I will find it while we're there, and then Matt will pull it off. But like
That's true.
like what we did for Find Out that's my favorite music video of ours, and we just rented a Mustang and drove around Chicago all day and went to different spots, and that was probably the most fun video we did. It was nerve-wracking as fuck, but that was the most fun. You see Chicago throughout that entire thing. It's ridiculous. It's kind of like a Will Smith video or something. But like, it is the coolest thing that we've done, I think. It's so fun.
It's like stark contrast to all the shit
Yeah.
we like started with and shit. And a lot of people didn't really fuck with it, which that's another thing we like love to do. It's just like
But the OGs, there's the people that
That's
really
true.
fuck with it, which
that's
is
why
so
we do it.
cool.
And that's why we do it. That's kind of the point I was getting to. It's like
Yeah.
there's people that don't fuck with it, but it's like eventually people will get where we're coming from when they pan out and see like we're just trying shit. We love making music, bro. We're not here to like check a box anymore.
And people are receiving it really well. They're really enjoying it. I was watching the total views you guys had. They're up there. It's a really, really great quality too of the videos. I was hoping you guys can also talk about your upcoming single, Up to God.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's gonna piss a lot of people off, man.
Well, it's up to God.
It's up to God,
Shit,
no,
straight up, it's
almost
up to
time.
God.
That's slated to come out March 16th.
15, 16, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But like,
Okay.
Ya tú sabes.
it's I think a little bit of people have said that we haven't put out something as heavy as Crack Mansion in a while, and this is our response to that. It's one of our heavier songs. It's one of our most fun songs to play. It has such bounce to it, and yeah, it's gonna piss a lot of people off. But I fucking love it. Yeah.
Why do you say that now?
Yeah, it just addresses a lot of things that I feel like needed to be addressed, and not really needed to be addressed, just like something that I've seen my entire life and haven't really said anything about to anybody. So I'm just like, let me put it in a fucking song, bro. But not to be honest with you, it's like I don't have a problem with religion. I have a problem with people who have manipulated it to serve their purpose, and we all know what it means and we all know what it looks like. It's just there's certain people who will pretend like they don't, and yeah, I want people to at least the next generation more so, because adults have made up their mind, bro. I'm not here to change an adult's mind. That's the most useless thing you can do with your time, I feel like. But I just want the younger generation that listens to us to think critically and make up their own mind and come to their own conclusions about things that they can see and things that they can't see and things that they should live their life by, and understand if someone's telling you a message, they probably have an ulterior motive behind it, and if they don't, find out how that's true, or if they do, find out how that's so, But I feel like there's been so many instances where you see a very specific depiction of a deity, and you realize that it's been crafted for that exact purpose to kind of subtly tell you who's good and who's not. And yeah, I definitely mentioned that in the song, and it's pretty fucking self-explanatory. But yeah, again, I don't have anything against people who are religious and really follow like a religion to be a better person. I know there's people out there that just will take advantage of the systems that are in place for religious institutions and take advantage of people who need guidance. And I see that, so it feels blatant to me, but I know it's not blatant to a lot of other people. And I just call it out in the song, I guess.
You know, technically all religions are cults.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? When you
100%.
look at it that way, it really kind of alters your lens on it a bit, you know. But that's how you start a ripple effect. That's how change is made, you know.
Do you guys know about like mega churches and shit like that?
Absolutely.
Dude, those things are freaking wild. My brother used to work at one, and he said like the main person who ran the whole thing, he had like private jets and shit. They had like their own airport, and he would fly his family from, I forgot what country they're from, but he would fly his family out for like religious like meetings or whatever. In reality, they were just fucking around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Taking everybody's like money who's attended that super church just to fund their shit, and then it's tax written off because it's fucking religion and shit.
Yeah.
So that's a
Joel
huge fucking
Osteen
scam.
Yeah, we should.
Because God told them that's what they need.
Exactly. And
We
so
start a
that's,
religion.
the
If
big
we
guy.
start the religion, then we can have the DIY shows.
and so what you
At
were
the
saying,
churches.
like those are the kinds of people that manipulate religion to get what they want from the people.
Yeah,
Like
and
that
there's
Joel
always
Osteen guy.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
My dad had his CD in his car. I'm like,
Oh,
throw
yeah.
this shit out. This guy is a fucking
We're about to
We
start
should
our own
sample
church
him
and
in
shit,
his
man.
song.
Yeah, we gotta
EndPath
sample
Church
Joel
right
Osteen.
there.
gotta
That'd be
sample him.
sick. But
He's
oh my
over
God.
here like feed the poor, yet he's living in the fucking mansion. And shit.
Right? And you hear about like I think it was Hurricane Katrina that happened, and they were like people were like coming to his door. They're like,
yeah.
"Yo, I
Close
need a place to stay." He's like, "No, I just got new carpeting." Like,
I can't hear you.
God said no, my carpet's got to stay clean. Yeah, man. That shit's
Yeah.
wild, though.
And there's a lot of
Yeah,
gray
fuck.
area too, There's a lot of the gray area of like, are they taking advantage of people? They're not like a massive church. It's like there's so much in between, And there's obviously churches that are good and they're trying to do right by people. And I kind of just go down to the human level because you could dissect an institution all fucking year, but like the actual people, how is it affecting the actual people? I see a lot of people who like, I don't know, I guess we could call it colorism. It's spread so far, like it's a stem of racism, where it's just like there's people in Africa and in Jamaica that like literally will scrub their body with like bleach to like try to make their skin lighter, It's like, and there's these little things that we don't realize is like years and years and years compounded of just like self-hatred that's been brought upon us because of this like frame that has been put on us, this frame of like white is good and like brown is bad and like
Colonialism.
in a scale, it's like the closer you are to brown, like the worse you are in terms of how you look, in terms of how you should be treated, and vice versa, the same, And I mentioned that in the song too. That's kind of the root of where I started in terms of like writing lyrics and shit when I came up with that song.
it might piss off a lot of white people, but Jesus wasn't white, guys.
I know.
Throwing that out.
Motherfucker was
there.
brown as hell.
If he did exist, he definitely wasn't white. Right.
Shit. And it's cool too because shooting the music video for Up to God, same thing. We were kind of on some run and gun shit, and we're out in Pilsen. And what we originally started was just gonna like be a front shot of this one like church. We ended up just fucking like
Yeah, we get there and they're like working on the front of the church. So there's like a scaffolding on the front, so then we just have to like throw the drums over the gate and shoot in the back of it.
Yeah,
And it's
we
like
just-
I think it's considered like, I don't know if it ever used to be a church,
yeah, it's
but
like
now
an
it's just
outdoor-
considered like an outdoor park area. And it
Oh,
looks
is
like
that one by the Space Jam basketball court?
Yeah,
yeah.
Exactly what
It's
you're
like
talking
19th
So
and
we just-
19th and some shit. I can't remember.
Imagine trying to jump
Yeah.
in those gates.
Yeah, that's
It was not good.
Those are high games.
Chris hated that
A
shit.
lot of drum equipment to launch over.
Oh yeah. We had to put the drum rug over. It was
He's
climbing
holding his
over.
song
We're just
like
hauling all the
spikes.
shit.
Or
Yeah,
a
it's like
spiked gate.
it's the musician version of like fuck, what was it, Grease, where they threw their like leather jackets over the barbed wire. Yeah, we had to put the drum rug over the fucking sharp fence.
And we were shooting in there for like 4 or 5 hours or something, and like cops never showed up or anything.
Yeah, we
Not
got
till like we
robbed, but,
left.
like,
Toward the end.
Yeah.
they
Oh
were
yeah.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah.
hard.
You got robbed.
I got robbed.
You got
They stole
robbed.
my
that's
chain.
right.
Kind of my fault.
They went through our car and grabbed some shit.
Yeah,
out
we
of
were
that.
filming.
Just ransacked my bag only and stole my
Yeah,
chain.
I kind of forgot to lock the doors. But we don't talk about that. You know?
We never talked about that. He said he had the doors locked.
Well, apparently I didn't. I fucking, or else how the fuck I was thinking
We're
it.
done. We're done here. We're done here.
I'm sorry, my bad, man.
We gotta go.
But
I'm
nah,
gonna
you
rob
did-
you a chain, man.
You did mention the next door, the the Space Jam, like
Oh,
what
yeah.
was it, the
Oh, yeah,
basketball court.
yeah.
We filmed there too.
Oh, cool.
For
yeah.
another song we got.
Yeah, another song that's coming out this year. That's gonna be after Up to God. It's gonna be filmed there. So yeah.
That's such a cool space. I was a PA on I think it was an Adidas shoot or something they shot there. It was
that's
really
cool.
cool.
Shit,
They do a
yeah.
lot of cool shoots
Hell
there.
yeah.
It's really really cool. If you guys have never been there, check it out. Maybe we'll try to find the address for it down in the description. Check it out. It's a really really cool spot. It's
Yeah,
a really cool
fuck
spot.
yeah.
God, I love Space Jam. It was so good.
You like the second one?
Uh,
I haven't seen it, so.
Yeah,
it was cute. It was cute. It was good.
Oh, is
you
that when
know?
they brought it back like 20 years later?
Yeah, and I was like, LeBron James.
Yeah,
I
they, like,
didn't
dumbed
see
it down
that.
all
Nah,
stupid.
I didn't want to ruin it for me.
I just like the whole lure of the original Space Jam, where it was that time where Michael Jordan had the three-peat, and then like he took time off, partially because of his dad passing, but also because they thought that like he was doing a lot of gambling, and the NBA was like, yo, maybe you should just like step away for a little bit. And Warner Brothers is like, come on over. And it's like, all right,
Let's go.
Bro, yeah.
let's keep that money rolling.
Hell yeah.
Came back and did another three-peat. I mean, hey, the guy's a genius.
That's
Man,
crazy. I didn't
yeah.
know that information. That shit just warped my mind. Damn.
There's a lot of really cool behind the
Yeah.
scenes stuff about it too. They were even saying that that his house up in Highland Park, they used to do this thing called Breakfast at Michael's, where the whole team would come over to his house. His personal chef would cook them food. They'd use his gym. But they were saying that he brought all of the NBA greats who were in Space Jam over to his Highland Park place, and they were essentially like practicing the games there before and after shooting Space Jam.
That's awesome.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
cool.
It's a cool
I
spot.
wish I had that MJ money. Fuck.
Dude, I think his house just sold for I think $5 million, which is way underpriced for.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's all.
I thought you were gonna say like $5 billion.
But it's still vacant
feel
for like over a
5
decade,
trillion.
I think.
Don't get me nerding out about fucking real estate, dude.
Elon Musk buying that shit.
How fucking large shit is not doing well, especially commercial real estate is not doing well. A lot of those big loans are coming due, so it's like scoop that bitch up into the venue.
Now's the time to do it, maybe.
Now's the
Yeah.
fucking time.
Yeah, man. Group funding. Let's go. The EndPath Church. Let's go.
Yeah, if you want to donate to our
Methodist Episcopal
Our
Baptist.
missions.
yeah, we'll have a link in the
AME
bio.
Church.
You can donate to that.
See these
Buying
artists
Michael
for
Jordan's
$9.99 a
house.
For
day.
every $1,000 you get, you get one
Subscribe.
prayer.
Subscribe. Yeah. Oh damn.
Now, what are your guys' plans for 2025?
Shit. I don't know.
So coming up, we got March 8th. We're playing at Logan Square Auditorium with our friends in East Moon, and I forget who else is on the show at the moment, but you know them.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Awesome.
we had them on the show.
Awesome.
They're
Fucking
good.
love these
Cool
ones,
shit.
so-
Like,
And
they're awesome.
it's going to be well, we haven't announced it yet, so
Or announce it.
I'll keep the details.
Oh, we can't.
Like, I don't know if I should say the details. I'll let Eastman do it.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a really cool fucking show. And we have a single coming out March 16th, apparently.
15, 16.
And then we'll have
6.
another
15,
single.
Just in time for St. Patty's Day.
Yeah,
Hey,
we'll have another
get
single
fucked up to it. Hell yeah.
coming out. I don't know, eventually, and then we're gonna also be doing another DIY show. This is just something brand new that we just recently talked about at the end of the last show. I'm not even sure if we've talked about it
Yeah.
with everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna do like another DIY show. That date is to be determined. I was just talking with the venue that we were deciding to do it with earlier today. So we'll be doing that, and that's gonna be something special.
Super special.
And
Extra special.
what else do we got?
Yeah, we're just gonna be continuously. We're gonna continue to put out music. We're gonna continue to do some underground shows, and I'm just really personally looking forward to the future of like being the conduit for getting people together to make underground shows happen for real. Like, if you need people, we know how to get shit done. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I want to be able to help with that shit for real. So, if anyone knows anyone that's really trying to get underground shows up and running, or is currently doing that, and wants to connect with us, we are absolutely open to that. We want to if not throw shows ourselves playing, help just throw shows.
Yeah, if you like what we're doing now, what we sound like, what we're doing, what we're talking about on this podcast, please contact us. If you're too shy to do it, please do it, because we need all the help we can get doing this, and we want people that are really in it, that really want to make a difference. I mean, I keep going back to like people like My Place Ohio, like they do it for the love of it, and we're not saying you gotta inconvenience your own life to such a way, but like this shit don't pay up. This shit don't pay a lot, but it's for the love of everything. You know. Eventually, we want to get to the point where we're doing our own DIY shows. I think that's what we discussed, that we would love to get it where we're only doing DIY shows, and it's just like a small little
like tight-knit community that we just continue to feed, not just in Chicago but in other states. But I want to stress this too. Like I didn't want to cut you off, bro, but you don't have to have all the answers to help us out. And that's something we're kind of trained from fucking birth, going to school and learning how to be factory fucking workers. It's like we have to have everything figured out before we present anything to anyone. It's like we just do shit, bro. Like you've seen us talk about everything today. Like we just do shit, bro. We don't always have everything figured out. So if you have the energy of let's figure it out with EndPath, like then do it. You know what I'm saying? Just hit us up. So yeah, we just need more hands, and it would be just fun to meet more people who are interested in building this scene, because it's already starting to, like, so many people that have come forward in the last couple of years that we would not have met if we didn't start doing this. So if you want to be part of that, like, growing ecosystem, like, let us know, dude, because the shit is so fun. It's genuinely giving purpose to, like, being in a music scene still. You know, it's like, why do we do this? It's for that, you know? It's like, I feel like if I didn't have that, like, North Star of, like, what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it, this would all just be, like, noise. And we got distracted a lot of times, so I gotta be real. We got distracted with what we thought we needed to do, and that without that North Star, we'd still be distracted. It's kind of really just all I'm getting at. So, yeah, if y'all want to be on this journey with us, like,
slide.
Well, that being said, if you guys do want to contact them, we have all of the band's information down in the description below, including the email, all their social media platforms. So be sure to check down in the description and holler at these guys. It's a super important thing to continue on these DIY shows. Call Grandpa.
Call Gramps.
DJ Grandpa.
Don't call me after 9 p.m. because I be asleep. Oh, speaking of sleep.
And don't call during Jeopardy either.
No Jeopardy. Call me during Jeopardy.
Definitely not during bingo.
I will pick up the phone and leave it off the hook so you can hear the Jeopardy happening. Okay.
Maybe they'll learn something.
That's right. Hopefully.
You know, you guys were mentioning that you guys do art outside of music as well. I was hoping maybe you guys can talk a little bit about, you know, what you do outside of the music.
You know, Frankie's, like, honestly one of the best artists, like, drawing artists.
And this guy too. Don't put it all on me. Don't make me up. This guy's a really good artist too. But like I do a lot of like just pencil drawings, and recently got into like digital art, and I have a lot of fun with that. I don't do it as much as I should. I've done a couple logos for a couple bands. Some of the logos now I look back and they suck, but I did one for Sin's other project, Black Boy, and I do like that one. I got the sticker right here.
There, you show it right up here at the camera.
Yeah.
That's
Black
sick.
boy.
Yeah. Oh, this one has, I have a couple of designs that I did on here, but I mean, I think overall I still suck, but
Stop it, bro.
but I have a good time doing it. And then Yuli too. Yuli's an artist too.
You can talk.
Yeah.
Oh, I do, yeah. Some art shit, some digital shit. I'm screen printing the stickers, the banners, and shit like that. So, and then me and Frankie will team up and we'll do, working on even like the artwork for like the singles as well. We'll get together and we'll work on Photoshop. I'll pretty much be manning the digital programming and designing while he pretty much throws me the visual that he's looking for, and I'll pretty much like bring it to life. So together we work together, little dream team.
Yeah, a lot of our album artworks are actually, they have my photography in them. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And then Yuli will come in, or I have another friend come in and just kind of manipulate it. And I love photography. I do it all the time. I'm amateur as hell, but this is like the most beautiful city to do it in my opinion. So like I'm always out shooting and stuff, like mostly with an iPhone, but now I have a friend who let me use an actual camera, so I'm getting used to that now. I'm still a newbie, but yeah, a lot of our artwork is my photography, and I kind of like, or other friends, like our upcoming one, Up to God, is a friend's photography that she just posted, and I thought was amazing. I asked her, hey, can we use this? And she said yes, as long as we credit her. I usually throw it Sin's way and say, like, this is what I see for this. What do you think? And while I'm waiting for him to respond, I'm just like, he's gonna say this shit sucks. And then it's like, fuck yes. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Hell yeah, dude. I'm glad we're on the same page. So yeah, we just kind of do it all together, man. Yeah. It's super fun.
And then like the artwork for Crack Mansion too was a shot that I took back in 2020 during the protests and stuff like that. That shot from Crack Mansion is on North and Wells in front of Foxtrot Market.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Well, I think they opened back up, right?
Or I don't know.
They're opening select shops. I just saw one that was being built yesterday.
But either way,
yeah. But that one there, they had the fucking military in there, with gas masks and all kinds of crazy shit. And I remember just taking that shot, and then right when we were about to release that song, I think I had shown these guys like a bunch of the photos that I had taken during that time, and they instantly saw that and just picked that out, and they're like, "Yo, that should be for Crack Mansion." Like,
didn't they get shut down by the DSPs for like a bunch of times? Was that the one that got shut down by the DSPs?
Yeah,
because they said it displayed violence or something like that.
Yeah.
So we had to like fight with that, and I don't know if we manipulated
this was before,
it.
This was before we were on a different distributor. So
yeah,
it was a like smaller distributor, so they were really like tight about their like rules for like the imagery for the artwork. We were just thinking, like, so do we just pick something else? And like that's one, in my opinion, one of our most iconic. I don't know if iconic is the word, but like it's my favorite artwork that we have, and that was the one that almost didn't happen because we were just like, well, what the fuck are we gonna do? They just keep denying it for every reason, But I'm glad we have it because it's a really powerful image taken by one of our members in a really like heavy time. Yeah.
Have you guys been on tour yet?
No.
Are there any plans of doing this tour?
We definitely do want to do small runs. Like we want to eventually get to the point of doing like, even if it's not underground shit, we do want to do like tri-state area stuff. We don't see like in the near future doing any large runs, but we definitely do want to focus on feeding the underground first, and then also like maybe some tri-state short runs, weekend run kind of deal. But I don't think it's necessarily something that we're opposed to or like not open to, but it's not part of our plan, if that kind of answers your question.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah.
Anybody want to donate a van? Fucking van, man.
Yeah, being a band is expensive, and also touring has changed so much, even like since the fucking 80s. There's been a lot of motherfuckers that still act like it's the 80s, and you can just hop on tour and motherfuckers will find you and scout you. It's like it hasn't been like that for a long time, but it's changed even more so since like 2020, obviously.
So then, in what ways has touring changed in the last couple of years, from like maybe like the 80s to like present time?
Oh well, yeah.
Since the 80s, shit, who knows?
Shit, even just coming from when we were in our old band Contra, in that band we toured on and off for like 2-3 years, going across the whole country. Yeah,
non-stop.
But even then, that was still kind of like the beginning rise of like Spotify coming in. And I remember like we had gotten a bunch of like label offers and interests, and the biggest thing that we got pretty much denied for was just our fucking social media interactions and shit. That was like the starting point where they started looking more at like your Instagram, your social interactions, your comments, your engagement. And we were still brand new, man. At that point we didn't even really care about the social media game. We were one of those bands out there just like, let's just start touring.
Let's just brute force meeting people.
Yeah.
Like bringing people together,
Like it was fun and amazing to be out there and to have toured so much, seeing the whole country, being with each other, getting to know each other. But at the end of the day, it's just like realizing that getting denied from all these labels pretty much because nothing that had to do with us with touring, but everything on social media. And we were totally neglecting social media because we were so focused on just being on the physical road and playing shows and being out there. So that was I feel like a big change, at least for me mentally, realizing it like fuck, the game has changed. The game has totally changed.
We kind of were moving in like a 80s, 90s style way, dude, just being honest. It's like we weren't aware of the changes that were already taking place by the time we were touring, let alone the changes that were coming. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like we just really learned that you have to, it's not some training day shit. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. When we were so new, we couldn't prove anything. It's like y'all had to take a bet on us. And labels were not betting anymore. You know what I'm saying? Labels stopped betting like a couple decades ago. And that's really, I guess, the most succinct way to put it. Labels stopped betting, and we couldn't prove anything because we were too new, and we didn't really know the right like path to take. And there was so much just learning and so much like inner dynamics that we had to figure out that it was probably obvious to like someone who'd been in the game and managed bands for decades. They could probably see that. There's like too large of an uphill battle, or I couldn't really get too much out of these guys because they're not XYZ, or and I guess the main thing I got out of that, at least that band in general, not so much touring, was that we need to do something different. We got to sound different. We got to stand out in a certain way. But outside of that, like in the touring realm, I learned that getting fans is not just going out and brute forcing it anymore. You can't just show up and hope that the people that also show up are going to be good enough fans moving forward. It's like the cost benefit analysis. You really do it. It's like, all right, I'm paying all this to hopefully get people to show up. It's like, and it kind of hurts me, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I miss that. I want it to be that.
Yeah,
but it's like,
I was just thinking. I was like, do I say that kind of felt easier?
It is. It was easier.
It kind of felt easier.
Because we really just focused on playing and doing the music.
Yeah,
Now
we're
the
just
whole
like, we just
fucking
show
game.
up and we do it, and now we got to worry about like
Creating
algorithms
content
and certain
fucking-
things, which is like, there's a lot of benefit to that, but I think some of us kind of were stuck in that transitionary period, like in a kind of like an old head way, where like when me and Chris first were touring, we had a MapQuest book where we didn't have a GPS. We think a couple of us had phones, and we were going from city to city with a fucking booklet of shit, and somebody
What
fucked
year
up.
was that? What year was this?
I don't know, 1989 or some shit. And
It was 87.
it was some crazy shit.
1963.
Because when you think about it now, you think about like what we had a booklet of fucking directions, and we were fucking up. We got lost every day somewhere. Like exit 146. Nobody still fucking said it.
Yeah.
But like,
PTSD.
it was crazy, man. That's for me is what was the difference. It was like the connection to the internet, because me and Chris started touring very young, and it was the best time, but it was like we were disconnected, and it felt fucking awesome. There's videos and shit of it, but because it was a camera. It wasn't our phones. We're probably better off that we didn't have all the phones back then, because we probably had not have made it. But it was amazing. It was an amazing time, and for me, that was the biggest thing is that now all the social media, that and all the like the attention, which is what we want, right? We want attention, but like there's a lot of give and take with that attention, with that level of connect, or it's like a ball and chain. And this is something that we've struggled with as a band, is like this like this hyper dependence on social media, and whether or not it fits in what we want to do and who we are as an entire group. So yeah, without getting down that whole shit,
We're getting down that whole shit. We're getting down that whole shit. So, like I said, music has been commoditized slowly. Like when I first started, like when I first made the decision to want to be an artist, when I was like 9 or 10, bro, like people bought CDs. Then Napster and all that other shit, BearShare, all that stuff came along, and then like now we got streaming platforms, and now we're barely getting paid out by the streaming platforms, and it's like no one really cares about, like, from the consumer side. Let's not think about the musicians. Of course we're in it. Of course we have a certain outlook on it. But from the consumer side, it's like, okay, I used to have to go get a CD, and like half the time, I don't know how old I'm about to sound. I know y'all niggas get it. Like half the time you buy the CD and half the songs suck. Then what, bro?
Dude, I
keep listening, bro.
I bought a Big Pun CD, and that shit sucks. That shit sucks.
Yeah, dude.
So
Yeah,
$20 on that bitch.
I spent so much money. Big Pun, Busta Rhymes, and who else?
Shit, goddamn, I forgot who it was.
It was somebody else. I bought 3 CDs for like $60. I got home and there was like 3 good songs on all CDs.
It'd be like 3 good songs.
And this dude laughed at me for like months on that shit.
And it's like no one has to go through that anymore, and that's what it physically looks like for music to be devalued, where you don't have to go through a shitty album. Like you go through a shitty album in like half a day because you're skipping through the songs on the streaming platform now, and it's very different. And it's like that, like manifests itself into like the live space where if music is such a commodity and like people can like fake their numbers and fake everything, and it's like accessibility too, like because attention.
Accessibility is a big fucking thing.
Yeah, dude, because attention is now the currency, because they sucked us dry of money. Like, we've been screwed over, like, as musicians. They sucked us dry of money. So now the last thing that they have is just people's attention, you know, because fans don't want to pay for music anymore, right? So they want to pay with their eyeballs. So now we've, like, resorted to playing the games of the platforms because we haven't made anything for ourselves as musicians. You know, we have to just follow whatever platform or whatever, like, means of outreach because we don't learn marketing. But, like, we're going to these platforms and we're like begging for attention in ways that don't fit us. We don't know who we are. We don't know what we want. We don't know what we won't do. We know what we will do, whatever it takes. Cute, but like what won't you do? What is your actual brand? Like a brand is literally like your values and what you won't do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the brand. That's it. Like if you want to boil it down, it's like nobody figures that shit out anymore because everyone's so focused on tactics, but they don't have a strategy. And a strategy is not tactics. A strategy is like, I'm going to do something that's going to take so long that someone could steal my strategy. If they want to spend 25 years trying to become the best at XYZ, like that's a strategy. Like be the best in this place at XYZ. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's we kind of got there without even knowing it. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to that like point where we're like, let's be like one of the strongest underground bands that's bringing people together in the city. You know what I'm saying? Like, and branch that out to other states. And if you have that North Star, it's like you know what you won't do now. You know what, like if someone's like, oh, we got this big like label that's gonna sign you for $1 million, blah 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 blah. It's like they're hitting you up about this, that, and the other, and you know that's not what you want. You told them what you want, and you now see that they're not even listening. But you wouldn't have had that interaction where they show their true colors if you didn't know what you want. You didn't know yourself. Sure. So it's like it's so easy to get taken advantage from that. But yeah, with touring and with how commoditized music has gotten, I think there's just people are gonna have to care about live music in a different way for us to bring that shit back to what it needs to be. And I think that comes with just making new events and making new shit happen that's like remarkable, where people aren't just like, oh, it's a venue. It's like, oh shit, this is out of like a fucking Walgreens, bro. Like the IHOP, like the What's Up Denny's shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we need another one of that, basically.
The fuck is up, Denny's?
Yeah.
Has the way social media works now, has that like changed the way you guys write and release music? Like I know some bands, they'll do like 2-minute songs because of people's attention spans, and some other bands they'll like won't write full albums anymore just because they just want to release singles now. Has that changed with any of you guys?
I would say for sure it's influenced the way we release just singles. I mean, we haven't released any grouping of songs and nothing like that. We just do singles right now. And it's definitely influenced that. I mean, it gives us the chance to focus on each song individually and have a visual piece for it, and then whatever else we decide to like, whether it be merch or just any other ideas that we decide to base around that. It's really fun. I've done albums with with older projects, and there's something special about that too. You know, it's like nice to have a group of music, but then also like some of the songs get lost, you know. And the way we've done it so far is really cool. Like every single song is like a space and time for this band.
So from my perspective, it's kind of hard to answer that question without kind of going over the context of we started in 2020 when I kind of had this weird shift of like perspective on how to write music, and I also had to face like, all right, things didn't go the way that I would have liked them to go with my last band, and why was that? It's like, okay, how can I do things differently? It's like I didn't know how to market, so I taught myself how to market music, and I think I gotta call out a lot of people. Y'all know who you are. You know, if the message is for you, it's for you. Learn marketing, bro. Like learn music marketing. Like the internet is out there. Like, you can get on it and you can Google the shit. Indiepreneur, bro. Like, there's so many people teaching this shit, and it's just like, now it's obvious and now it's easy to find information on music marketing. Now we're at the point where it's like, how do you decide what's good and what's bullshit? It's more so deciding information than finding it. But at our point in time, I felt like it was deciding, or it was finding information still. And I had to teach myself how to run ads on Facebook. I had to teach myself how to like understand like the attention span and retention and like, you know, CPMs and shit, like all this stuff I had to learn. But yeah, it's inevitably changed how we release music because the way people consume music had changed. And once I did that research, I realized it would be best if we did things this way. Well, I'll explain what this way was, but I had already come to the conclusion in like, I want to do things differently. Like, let me kind of have a XXXTentacion like angle, like a punk angle to metalcore, where it's like 2-minute songs, 1-minute songs. And I realized, oh shit, that already falls in line with the new way of marketing shit. So let me just try it. And it's just like, let me find out, now that I know who I am and where I'm coming from, let me put that into the tactic of the day, the tactic of the year. And we did that for like a good, like the first, I'd say 2 years of the band. We like consistently put out things in the new marketing style that was hot at that time. Running ads, you know, doing organic stuff, short form, long form, all that shit. Yeah. But the fact that music and music marketing changed so drastically at that point, we kind of had to change it, how our strategy was gonna go.
Evolve and thrive, right? You know, you gotta keep up with the times, and I think that's something that's so interesting with, you know, so many bands that come in here. They all will say that, you know, it's a struggle because not only are you a band, you're focusing on music, you're focusing on live shows, releasing new music, but this whole other spectrum of like marketing and doing film and photography and all this other stuff that's separate is now a part of the culture too, and you guys are thriving at it. You know what I mean? It's like you said, there's so many great venues you can go down on YouTube, so many great places where you can learn this stuff. You know, it's an important thing to learn. It's going to make you grow as a person too through it. I had a question about your guys' live performances. This is kind of a fun question we always ask everyone. Do you guys have any sort of like fun pre-show rituals? Any weird things that you guys do to kind of get yourselves hyped up or get your mindset for the show?
Put lidocaine patches on my back.
Stare in the mirror for 90 minutes.
What kind of patches?
So, we just played a show a couple days ago in Hobart Theater in Indiana.
Yeah.
And I have a bad back because of a really bad car accident, and we're loading gear, and because my back and because I'm old, I hurt my back while I'm like lifting a guitar or something like that, something light. It was some slight, and I hurt my back. Yeah, I stepped off the curb, did it wrong. It's stupid. It's usually not that weak. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me. And then so we get to the venue, and I had to get lidocaine patches, so they're numbing. Numbing.
They're like icy hot.
So it's just me and you. Yeah, it was just me and Yuli in the green room.
Oh yeah,
and the sound. And I was just like, and I had my shirt up, and Yuli's down on his knees.
I was like staring at his ass
and framing them so they're perfect on my lower back, and I had my ass crack showing. And the sound. And I was like, somebody's gonna walk in, and the sound guy goes.
We're just like, the fuck
are you guys
like just
doing?
caught in the fucking act and shit.
And we're just laughing.
And he's like, oh, he's looking for someone in some band, and we're like, nah, just us and shit.
And he's just like,
nothing to see.
you guys are not doing tattoos, are you? We're like, no.
Oh yeah, like,
All right, he just closes the door. But yeah,
I can see that tattoo.
lidocaine patches for my back.
I should be warming up.
We'll have
Yeah,
a little
we-
huddles
warming
sometimes too. We'll get our huddles, or we'll be like,
Fuck 12.
Fuck 12.
Fuck 12. Yeah, we
Or
scream
we like
Fuck 12
running in
on stage
place,
a lot.
exercising, you know.
Oh yeah, we're running in
place.
place last time.
Running in place a
Yeah.
lot. You
Yeah.
know, old crap, cool
Almost
shit.
there, yeah.
Oh,
Little
yeah.
stretches, you know.
Definitely
So,
stretching.
yeah, he gives a
Move
stretch.
around with the drumsticks.
Yeah,
Get the-
There you go.
Now I'm thinking, I was like,
wrist-
this is
look
all
at the
kind
wrist
of lame. We don't do nothing.
Yeah, we don't have any funny things.
I
We
just
do-
spaz out.
Now we gotta come up
We
with
kick
something
Yuli
now?
out the mirror.
We gotta kick you.
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
It's
yeah.
fine
Yuli
for
stays
sure.
in the mirror all the time.
Yeah, America's Next Top Model right here.
Hey, looking good is half the battle.
Hey, yeah,
Damn
what's
right,
up,
damn
baby?
right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's about it. Yeah, lidocaine patches
Eat
and
grandma
and-
cookies.
Fuck it. Oh yeah, grandma
what
cookies
I
and
eat.
tables and shit.
Oh yeah,
Fuck yeah.
Tequila.
Tables made out of cookies.
sliders, eating sliders next door.
They won't stop unless you stop them.
Milk and orange juice.
Milk in the orange with the juice.
We found a lot of bands are doing like Pepto Bismol or like Tums or something
okay.
beforehand.
Oh, I was
especially
like, what?
once they start teetering over 30.
Oh,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
We'll
Valley
break
taking
down
Pepto-Bismol
those
right
Smarties,
now.
those candy, those Smarties, and we'll snort lines of that shit. That'll really hit the brain.
Get some Marty buzz going.
Yeah, there you go, man. You
I
fucking-
distance myself from them as much as possible before the show for these reasons.
It's your line, Brent. Come on.
So, yeah, I'll be right there. No, I'm sure. But nah, yeah, that's about it, man.
You guys
Regular
drink at
stuff.
all? Do you do like, do you have like a pregame like whiskey or a beer or something to kind of loosen up, or are you guys?
We're not
sober?
really a drinking band. We're
Not
I guess-
anymore. Shit.
yeah.
You guys indulge in the marijuanas?
Used to be.
Yeah.
We used to like.
Yeah, I would say we definitely smoke together sometimes.
Yeah, we used to drink a lot. We used
Yes.
to like kill a bottle of tequila like every practice.
Yep.
At the show, I was
Yeah,
drinking
yeah,
a
me and-
bottle
him
of
alone.
tequila.
Yeah,
That was me and Frank.
Yeah,
Me and Frank would be in there fucking
Sunset.
killing.
Like,
All right,
Walk
so,
away.
so we used to drink a lot, right? And then I became sober, and then I realized we didn't drink anymore, and I was like, damn it. I was the problem. I was just like, you're
I
talking-
kept drinking.
but I was just like, so how come we don't drink anymore? And they're like, because you don't bring the bottles of tequila every practice. I'm like, you're right. So yeah,
It was
we're
me.
more, it was me. God damn it. But yeah, we're more of a smoking band.
Yeah.
But that shit fucks with. I mean, I don't know. I know it fucks with my vocals. So like,
He
definitely
doesn't
not.
smoke before the show.
Yeah,
I don't smoke
Yeah, I
shit.
just do all
Just
that
practice or
noise.
shows because that shit
that
wrecks
shit
me.
would
I
destroy your
can't.
throat.
Yeah, I
I
just
can't
take like
play high.
4 or 5 10 milligram gummies or some shit. I can't smoke.
I just smoke rocks.
after.
That's it.
Yeah, it's
Cut
weird.
him out of the frame right now. He's doing too much.
Couple shots of
Matter of
bleach.
fact, go stand at that wall till we done.
I'm sorry, Grandpa.
Break your chair.
Keep
Dr.
it down.
Evil.
I'll bring the
Eject no cedo, cuz.
Feed him to the shark with laser
Insert
beams. on it.
replay of that shit.
I'll be honest. I tried not to laugh for about 20 straight minutes after that shit happened.
Bro, I didn't
my
understand what the fuck.
I wouldn't falling.
disbelief.
Okay. I'm like, what are we talking about?
Oh, yes.
You know,
My
right before
ass
that
got
happened,
numb and then the chair collapsed.
I thought that was gonna happen because I shifted in my chair. I was like, man,
I
this
thought
motherfucker
about
gonna
it
break.
in my
And
head.
all of a sudden, this shit broke.
Bro, I thought. I was like, my ass hurt.
Can we have
I
the chair?
hope this shit don't fall on me.
You guys
Let
need
me
the chair?
adjust a little.
We're gonna sign
We
it
can
and
have
then
the
put it
chair
up on
for
the
our
wall or
practice spot
something.
so we can like mount it on the
Yeah,
wall.
yeah, we need that shit. For sure.
Hey, you can take it. We're not gonna use it.
Hell yeah, dude.
We don't want
Hell
that
yeah.
shit. It's
We're
broken.
gonna tag it.
We're gonna put that, we're gonna
get a
put that
trophy.
shit on your car and act like it's a roof rack.
God.
Do you guys have a worst show story?
Where shows?
Show story. Shit.
Like,
for me, it would be that
for
one
this band?
Halloween.
For this band,
For this
I don't
band
have
or
nothing but like.
or maybe a former band or
for
whatever?
former bands. Oh hell yeah.
Fun story to tell.
I busted my face.
Oh,
Really bad at a show.
How that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I-
Cliff notes, bro. What's up? We need to know some
Um,
context. What happened,
It's
bro?
a long story, but we played at a Christian venue called the Brick House in Indiana somewhere.
It was bowling
And-
ball floor.
The floor was so slippery, and I thought I was gonna do this cool like swing of my bass, and I slipped, and my bass jumped up and hit me in the face and split my face like split my lip, and like busted. I had like to get like 7 stitches, but I finished the song because it was the last song. Yeah. Now I have a lisp. Now I have a lisp to this day. But I finished the song, and people were running up and stuffing napkins in my mouth while I'm finishing the song because they were like, "It's bad, Frank. It's bad.
Blood everywhere. Damn.
Blood everywhere. My lip was hanging off." And so then I get off stage and I run into the bathroom, and my band at the time was with Chris, our old band, we used to carry a bottle of Southern Comfort around us, and I'm looking at my face. I'm like, oh God, and I'm pouring Southern Comfort on my face. I didn't have a drinking problem.
That's when that shit started.
And I'm pouring Southern Comfort down my face to numb it. And the priest walks in. He's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm just like,
Baptizing myself.
that priest walked in, and I was just like,
Baptizing my
"Oh."
Southern
And he's
Comfort,
like,
son.
"Yeah." So he kicks us out.
Oh, he kicked y'all out when he saw y'all?
Well, he kicked me and the guitar player out. Yeah,
You just wanted some Southern Comfort.
Yeah.
Damn.
A little so cold, baby.
that's my story, dude.
Cold that day.
For me, it'd probably be that one Halloween show. I got too drunk and I. Well,
the
reason
concert?
why, yeah. Well, don't say his name, but one of the reasons why I don't really drink is heavy anymore at shows and shit. I got hella drunk and they're shoulder checking someone I probably shouldn't have, and I was like, that was pretty bad for me. So I don't do that shit no more.
I don't remember.
I don't know. I think
What's the worst like event you've DJ'd?
Yeah.
Because we can go into a whole different world of that. Like, there's got to be some stories with that.
oh shit, like
You
every
did like a-
motherfucking open mic in the history of me trying to help these independent artists get heard. Some bullshit. No. There were really some real crappy open mics, and I think that was kind of a lot of the reason why me and Brent kicked off what we kicked off in 2018, because we was just shitty shows. Like when he was doing the solo thing, you know, we're pulling up to a lot of stuff, and sound ain't how it needs to be. It's crappy. Like they got some 10-inch monitors and this motherfucking 20 artists, like, you know. And so we started pulling up with our own shit. I would just pull up with my full DJ, you know, setup, and we'll set it up, and then I'll take that shit down and go home. So you get the good song, get the good sound when we play, and then after that. But that would probably be one thing. Definitely, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna any like that stand out to you, like, oh my god, this is fucking terrible. Let's get out of here.
I mean, I remember Sin jumping off the stage at Cobra Lounge and almost breaking his shoulder.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That was bad
shit.
for you. It was great for us. Great show.
Yeah, everybody loved it but me.
Jesus, yeah.
Yeah, so like I guess we were playing Cobra Lounge and it was like boring as hell, and I was just like, man, this show's boring, bro. No one's moving, no one's doing nothing. Let me just make it interesting. And at the last song, I jumped into the crowd and was like, but I made this second decision. You don't think about jumping in the crowd, you just do it, right? So I'm just like, all right, let me jump in the crowd. And I was like, wait, before I do this, let me clear this like row of like all like 110-pound women. Like, let me not jump into them. So like jumped over them, but I couldn't see. So I thought it was people. It was ground. And my shoulder like had a nice little invitation to the ground. But I got up immediately because, you know, mom ain't raised no bitch. So I immediately was like, thank you very much. You know, and everyone was like, are you okay? It's like, we'll find out. I found out.
The adrenaline's pumping. I'll tell you later.
It hurt later, but I mean, I'm good, you know. Hard to sleep, but we out here.
I DJ'd a sold-out show at Bottom Lounge and had to play a specific set, and I prepared that set, and the set was good to go, but when I got on stage, that set did not work. And so then I had to like, and then this computer only had like, because I DJ clubs and shit too, so like, it was fucking Nicki Minaj and goddamn, you know, and I'm playing this to, you know,
Hood niggas.
Pierre Bourne and like that type of crowd, Young Nudie type of crowd, if you will. And these motherfuckers were staring at me, boy. I got 3 seconds into that set, you know, and I only went off because I played a up and coming artist's song in my set. After that shit derailed. Yeah. And I had to finish it out because I'm like, you gonna give me all my goddamn money. I wanted to fucking walk off that stage the moment song 3 didn't load. I was
Oh
like,
my god.
And the worst thing about Sub T is that you said Sub T, right? Oh no, you said Bottom Lounge. Oh, okay. Because if it was at Sub T, you'd have to walk through the crowd. That's
Sorry.
I got one of them too.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. What else?
Do you guys have like a best show you guys ever played?
Oh man.
Like one that really stands out where you're like, yeah, we fucking sounded like gods.
The My Place Ohio show that we played
Yeah.
That shit was really
in
fucking
That was real
October
good.
Yeah, I
of
love
last
that.
year.
I did love that.
That was, I mean, besides our debut show, that was just like
Yeah.
beautiful, you know, amazing. But the My Place Ohio show, we played the smallest little fucking venue. I don't know if you guys have heard of them.
Yeah.
Wonderful people, like I've said 1,000 times. I'm obsessed with them apparently, and they just, the energy in that place was incredible.
And being close up to it, I just
we were
something
people
different.
like they were basically on us,
yeah.
and then like when they jumped, you felt it in the ground. It was awesome.
And then hearing them like sing back the songs
Yeah.
to
Hell
us,
back.
especially being like in such a tight space. Like, I remember just playing and hearing it, just like looking up, like damn, like
It was
like
something
it's something
fucking
else,
special,
man.
dude.
It's
Yeah,
something
there's-
else. Yeah.
Yeah, that place has really like changed our view and throwing our own shows. You know, 'cause we get to work with them, but like that's probably personally my favorite show.
Same, definitely same.
Yeah.
My favorite was
100%.
definitely the first show.
Yeah.
And
As
I'll say
cold as
some
it was.
key words here. We were able to show proof of concept with that show. Everything that has been culminating since 2018 and all the various changes came down to that one show. And so it was very beautiful seeing proof of concept. Wow, there is 50 some odd people out there standing in the cold waiting for us to perform and, ask if we need help or with anything. Like, here's a blunt, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so, it was really good to see the community show up for that. So,
Shout out AC the Ruler and Half Lit.
yeah,
yeah.
shout out
I was
AC the
trying to think
Ruler
of it right
Half
now.
Lit for sure.
They were on that show, and that was something special that we did instead of having. I think we initially planned to have like some rock bands on it, and some of our early options fell through, so we ended up just doing two hip hop artists, and that ended up making it more special because
Yeah,
it was
For sure.
it was just a complete different vibe. If as you're used to seeing band, and there was just like this like beautiful flow up into us playing.
Yeah, it was
So
fucking
like
awesome.
that also makes it special too because every other show we played I think has been with bands,
Yeah.
and we're fucking up. We need to stop doing that.
True. We need to bring back that fusion.
Yeah.
And then also too, that first performance is out there on YouTube somewhere. I know Matt got
Yeah, we
footage
got
of
some
it.
YouTube videos of it.
So that first performance is out there, and you can see like the whole setup and like it's
See
just
how
beautiful.
cold it was.
Yeah, how cold it was and shit. But you can see like the background too, the city.
Yeah.
At one point, there's like a boat going down a little river area and
Yeah.
shit. We're all like waving to it and stuff. But yeah, it was just that whole night was just a fucking awesome experience. It's like something I definitely had never done before, and it was fucking amazing. It was beautiful.
Yeah, and if it's not, if the video isn't out, we'll make sure Matt gets that out.
Yeah.
But you can definitely for sure see it right now in Your House.
Oh, yeah.
Our music video for Your House. There's a lot of shots of that first show in there.
Okay.
Now, where would you guys like to be 5 years down the line?
Dead.
That's the easy route.
For real.
It's no fun.
I mean, shit.
I don't know. I would
making
say
music.
like making music still
Making
and
music.
in a part of a culture that we helped create. I think that would be special if we're able to look in any way and find out that we have helped curate or helped push like a new culture to be born, like a new music culture or something like that to be born in the city. And it's whether we're playing or whether we're not, or whether we're helping throw events. I think that would be special. Like in 5 years, if people talked favorably about us helping create a culture, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
In 5 years, I want us to be like like I said, the conduit, like the vessel, like the highway for motherfuckers like trying to do underground shit, be it, shows, art shows, like just third space shit, like literally just a third space to like connect with people that doesn't revolve around drugs or alcohol. It's like y'all can just exist here. Y'all don't have to spend money to pull up, and even better if it's a consistent time and or it's a consistent day. So people don't have to like check their calendar, check their schedule. Like you just know if I pull up to this place, I don't have to drink, I don't have to spend a bunch of money. I can just be around good people. If we could be like the vessel for that in 5 years, and like if people want to throw an event, they just ask us and we can connect them to the people, or we just do it ourselves. If we could have that power, that's like the goal for me personally.
That's a good goal.
Thanks, bro.
I was hoping to maybe you guys can talk a little bit about your fan base. Is there ever been a moment where a fan reached out to you and said, "Hey, your music really affected me in a really positive way," or or even in a negative way? Do you guys have any, Matt?
Matt.
So our videographer, we met him through us running ads.
Yeah.
So like we were running ads on videos, and he was like, "Dude, this is amazing. Like I love it. I would love to work with you guys if you ever want. I'm out in Baltimore, but I'd love to link up." And I mean, energy finds energy. Like we have the just get shit done energy. He has that energy. Or anytime I just give him a random idea, he's like, "What if I pull up like next week?" And we're just like, "Bet."
And he lives in Baltimore.
Yeah. And he makes the fucking
audience.
drive by himself, like the
Keep that
whole
in mind.
fucking drive. Bro is like insane. He's just got that energy, and that's what this scene. That's what the next generation just needs to have. Like if you have that energy, bro, like just do something with
about
it.
that
Just
shit.
keep doing shit. I don't give a fuck what you do. Just do something with it.
Yeah, there's like not a lot of people as special as Matt, man.
For real.
Like,
Yeah.
there's people that
Rare
won't
breed
pop
for
out
sure.
to a show that's like, if we're
20
throwing a
minutes
show
away.
on the north side and they're on the south side, they're like, no,
Yeah.
I'm good, bro. It's too.
not coming.
I ain't trying to go up there. Matt drives from Baltimore
Like
to fuck with
12
us.
hours
State
drive.
lines.
Dealt with that my
Yeah.
whole DJ career, and I'm just downtown, fam. Slide.
Yeah.
You know?
But yeah, like I mean, we've had that Matt was initially a fan and now he's family.
Yeah.
You know,
Just
he's
like that.
he's like
100%.
the unofficial sixth member of this band, and he's the official. Fuck it.
Yeah, official.
Yeah.
Bro, what the fuck you talking about?
Where's
You
the
heard it
camera?
right here first,
You're
Matt.
officially an EndPath. No?
Yeah.
In case you didn't know. I don't know. Like, I mean, do people talk to you like after shows and stuff like that? Because I know we've had people like hit us up on. We have like groups of family. I would say groups of family, but like there's we have little groups of people that just really fuck with us.
Yeah.
And it was like the first time hearing our music on TikTok. There was
Oh, yeah.
some boys from Indiana. They're at a farm, and the Hampton boys. Shout out Hampton boys.
Yeah.
And they were just playing Find Out, and they were just like chilling, dancing by their like pickup truck in Hebron, Indiana, or some shit. And they were just like, we saw that, and I just remember screenshotting or whatever and sending it to everybody, being like, I don't know, this is kind of fucking cool. It's our first TikTok, and people like that have stayed with us. Like, you know, we have people that have fallen in love with like the most poppy elements. We have people that fall in love with the heavier elements, and there's some people that no matter what we do, they fuck with us, which is always surprising. And
Yeah, it's like those three caveats, those three like avatars, I guess you could say, you know?
Yeah, and it's really cool. We've had some. I don't know. Sin can speak to people coming up to him and talking to him separately, like on some like, your lyrics changed my life type shit.
No.
I don't know if that's happened
Not
yet.
yet. I mean, I know
It should.
Matt has expressed that, but like there's
Yeah.
there's been a couple people that really do say that, and it's more so online when we were really running ads and shit. Like when we were super heavy in that, we're not so much heavy in that anymore. But when we were super heavy with running ads, like there was a lot of people that first shit on us because we didn't have our, you know, I guess not an algorithm. There's a better way to say it, but I guess we didn't have our like, you know, shit dialed in. So we were just blasting out to everyone until we could find out who liked us. So that was a lot of hate. And then we got our like core people who just like watched everything we did. And then we found people like those people and started marketing to them, which anyone who knows marketing, they know it's like lookalike audience shit. But it was the really fascinating thing that happened after that point, which was like then those fans that we found clashed with the people that hated us. And then they started defending us.
Yeah,
And that was something super new to me. I was like, holy shit! It's like we're not even deleting or like going through negative comments anymore. We're just seeing our fans just like, no, you don't get it, bro. Like it's blah, blah, blah. Like sick, love it,
It
love
was
you
like
guys.
complete strangers because we'd be asking
Yeah.
each other, like, yo, do you know who this is?
Yeah.
Like,
We're so used
defending
to
us so and so, and everyone's just like, no, we have no idea who that is. It was like literally complete strangers from the internet, like defending us, who were just like passionate about the music that we were pushing out.
And it's so,
So
funny.
that
They
was-
still
that
don't
was
know
awesome.
how like marketing works. It's like, yeah, these are random people, guys. They're not our friends.
Yeah, because you're just like, what the fuck did this guy say? You're all pissed, you know, and or like I always mention like on Reddit, they tore us a new
They
asshole
tore us
on
to
Reddit.
shreds, and I love it. It's
I made
supposed
one little post in like a Screamo subreddit, and they were like, "This is not fucking Screamo. Fuck you." Just destroyed us. I was like, I am sorry.
I'm glad.
I
bro.
only got
Good.
approved in that one. The rest of them kept not approving us.
Good.
And then
That's
they
supposed to happen.
destroyed us. And it was a really cool, humbling experience. Some of the shit was funny. Some of the shit's fucking hilarious.
Bad press is good press. It still boosts that
Yeah.
algorithm, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even give a
guys
fuck
are
about
so
press,
shit.
honestly, because we're just trying to, and I think that's another thing where like where we just knew our North Star was like we want to affect change. Like we want actual people to show up and like come to events and shit like that. And it shows in like our last band where we thought like, oh, let's just go tour. Let's just like throw a show. You know, that's how we'll get people. It's like now that we know all of the tactics and the tricks to do it, we still want that to be the end game of like throwing shows and shit. And I guess, I had a point to that, but I guess I lost it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm with you. It's on the togetherness of it. You know, it's a community thing.
Yeah,
above.
absolutely.
I guess I was kind of getting at like, fuck, damn, now that shit's gone. But yeah, just having people come out and like marketing for the sake of actually keeping a live show culture alive. You know, I guess that's kind of what I see it as the point. You know, and it's just like if we can get people to just like get back into being fans or like super deep fans where they'll like show up and like meet other people in person and like build connections, then I'd be grateful to even be the vessel to make that happen. You know,
It's a great thing, yeah.
Oh,
You know, we're getting to just about that time here. I was wondering if there's any last minute messages or anything you want the folks to know who are listening into the show. Any messages you want to send out to them, and anyone else that you would like to shout out?
yeah, I would definitely say like for a message, do not wait for fucking permission. Don't ask for permission to put out music. That's the dumbest shit you could ever fucking do. Like, especially when niggas is putting out music they don't even write because AI's writing the shit. Like, just push shit out. Just do shit. Stop asking for permission to, like, play a show. Like, clearly it worked out for us and it shouldn't have, but, like, if you got the balls, just do the shit. And ladies can have balls, too. But,
they inside. They got them.
but, yeah, don't ask for permission and don't let meeting up with people and having live events die. Like, you don't need to be a professional at running an event to run an event. You need to fuck it up and then learn from it and do it again. That's what you need to do. You need to just take action. Like, just take action on some shit. Even if it's not this shit, just do something, dude. Because we're inside and we're on screens and we're, like, begging for attention, but we don't even have an end game. Find out what your end game is, what you actually stand for, what you won't do, and then do it. Something.
Yeah. Everything's a learning process, so you can't be scared to go out there and learn, you know? Just go out there, do it. Whether you fail or not, you're going to learn something. Just keep moving.
Try to fail, actually. Like, try to fuck it up so you can learn something. And then when you start succeeding, you're like, damn, I got to, like, try harder to fuck it up. And if you just invert it, it makes it so much easier than trying to be perfect the first time around.
Go out to local shows. Get to know different scenes, man. It's the most fun thing when you find, like, a new scene in Chicago, because there's so many of them.
It really
And,
is.
like there's bands like We Weren't Invited.
Yes, dude.
That band is one of the most incredible bands I've seen in a long time, and they are everywhere and nowhere somehow. I don't fucking get
I love it, dude.
And
I fucking love it.
whatever I know they're playing, I'm fucking there now. They are fucking incredible, and they have their own scene, and they're like part of multiple scenes. And there's so many beautiful scenes in the city. So when you find like a new little underground scene, and you see like there's a bunch of bands that are playing in them, there's something for fucking everybody. And like get out, go to shows, listen to the music on Spotify, whatever the fuck you want to listen to it on, but like go to the damn shows. Like you hear about a show going, don't listen to the band beforehand. Show up, see the band first, and then see if you want to listen to them afterwards. Like listen to them with those live ears. Fuck all the fucking streaming and all that shit. Like show up and be a part of your music scene. Be a part of multiple ones. Try new ones out. I'm in the process of finding new scenes all the fucking time, and it's the most. I happen to live right around this area, and having a venue that's always throwing shows like Empty Bottle. I don't know if I'm doxing you guys or some shit, but like, a place like Empty Bottle who throws consistent shows, and 90% of the time I walk down the street and I see a band that I've never fucking seen, and it's part of a different fucking scene, and it's been so cool. So get out and support your fucking local bands. Don't just talk shit on the fucking internet. Show up and be about some shit.
Oh, I didn't want to be super political, so I'll save it for the end. Yeah, virtue signaling online and talking about like, hey, bro, this is the last chance, man. Anyone on my friends list, this is an LGBTQ friendly space. I'm not having none of it. It's like, bro, we know. we're your friends list. You're talking to us, dog. We all think the same thing. If you actually care to do something about all the bullshit that's going on, and there's a lot of bullshit going on. This is January 29th, 2025. That's all I'll say. Go out and do something. Go out and actually fucking do something if you actually give a fuck. Stop posting online, bro. On a dying fucking platform, bro. It's Facebook. You're talking to your grandma.
Yeah,
who's not gonna change your mind.
Dude, people be talking the
Bro,
most
shut
shit
the
on
fuck
Facebook,
up.
dude.
Shut the fuck up.
Every time I
and
open
do
Facebook,
something.
is somebody just saying some crazy shit.
I mean, the fact that I'm on Facebook, I'm a fucking grandpa fucking loser.
yeah,
Like, let's
what
be
is-
fucking for real. I'll call myself out first. If you can also agree that get the fuck off Facebook and do something. You know what I'm saying? If you care. If you don't care, then keep talking shit. I just go on Facebook to talk shit these days. But that shit pissed me off. It's like all this shit going on. People are like, bro, I'm cleansing my friends list. Who's next? It's like, bro, who fucking cares? Get out of the house. Get off your phone, bro. No one
I had
fucking
somebody
cares.
do that shit.
Go
to me.
outside and burn some shit down.
You feel me, bro? Like, go Luigi some shit, bro. Like, what are we talking
Yeah,
about?
bro. There's plenty to be done out there. Fuck.
Plenty, bro. Throw a brick through fucking State Farm's front window, dog. Like, do something, bro.
We're all about bricks.
Fuck. Yeah.
Purchase chicken wings.
But yeah, that's our last
Yes.
little thing.
It's a good way to end on. Be about it.
100% be about
Be
it.
about that
Get
shit.
mad about something, burn it down.
Yeah.
That's a good message then. Yeah. Well, we appreciate you guys swinging by tonight. We really greatly do, and we wish you nothing but the best of luck in the future. And I really enjoyed talking with you guys. It seemed like you saw the things that were kind of holding you back, and you did something about it. You fixed it. You educated yourself on it, and you're not only educating yourself, but you're also educating other people through it, and that's a very noble thing. And we wish you guys that you continue to do that and continue to be some trailblazers in the music scene. We really appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, thank you for having us,
again.
man.
Absolutely.
For real.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks
yeah.
y'all for joining us. Appreciate it.
Much gratitude.
Well, we're gonna send it on out here. I got a bachelor party I gotta get to this week.
Where you going to Atlantis?
Dollar bills.
Yeah. Well, we promised the bride no strippers, but I do have 2 inflatable dinosaur costumes.
We are the strippers.
I got an inflatable dinosaur costume.
I'm taking our clothes off. That's a shoot.
Hell yeah.
So we thank you guys all for joining us tonight here at Hawkwind's Radio Picture Show. We're here every Wednesday at Q4 Radio. If you like the show, hit like and subscribe. Share the link to this show. If you like the band, please share it around. The sharing doesn't cost you anything, and if you really care about the music, be about it, baby. Share, like it, love it. EndPath, all of their information is going to be down here below in the description. Go ahead and check them out. Check out their music videos. And again, share it with your friends. It means the world to all these artists. So without further ado, we always send it out with a request for everybody, a challenge, if you will, for next week. Can I throw the ball on this one?
Go ahead, bro.
I want everyone to do something fucking crazy that scares them, that aligns with your values.
But I have a whole crowd of us crashing out.
Alignment. Okay?
Something, be about it, baby. Yeah, go out, cause a fucking ruckus, but do it with your morals. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm stand-up.
What if you got bad morals?
Well, then
I mean,
You need to
fuck
go to
it.
jail.
Let's go.
Think about that shit.
Burn it
Crash
down.
out. Crash out.
You need some shit.
Crash
bad
out.
morals still can
Crash out.
lead
Loud
to
and
some
proud.
good things. So
Crash out on Facebook.
Yeah. Matter of fact, crash out on Facebook.
If you got bad morals, I'm
Yeah,
deleting you
crash
from my
out.
friends list.
yeah, deleted. So we're gonna head on out of here. Thank you guys again for joining us. My name is Jack Dwyer.
And I'm Jay Smooth.
Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next week. Woohoo!
Awesome. Good stuff.